Welcome to the Thister podcast. I'm Linda. This is my sister, Melissa. Today's episode will be Mother's Day themed. We don't know what we're going to name it, like a mother, like a motherfucker. I don't know, something.
Like a mother. You know what Puppy told me the other day?
What? I'm scared. Do I want to know what Puppy told you?
He told me he was talking about something. I think it was about something. And he's like, that son of a bitch. And then he put two and two together.
My son would never say
bitch.
son of a bitch. But go ahead.
He put it all together like, oh my God, what son of a bitch mean? Like slowly, you know?
Was he offended?
Yes.
I'm glad he put two and two together. He's been on one lately. Okay, so let's just get into the life update. So we start every podcast episode with the life update. I'll go first. What are you drinking?
A smoothie.
That looks thick. Is that in a candle? Are you drinking it out of a candle?
No, but it's
container?
Like a big 32. It's a 32 ounce. It's like a big gulp.
It looks like a candle. Like you had a candle in there and you're repurposing it.
Do you want to know what's in it?
No, because okay, fun fact. My sister's college job, she worked at a smoothie shop and she makes the worst
No, not
smoothies
anymore.
ever.
That was during like a fitness stage.
And I can drink a lot of things if they're for my health. Like I can just chug it. Like
no,
if
but
it's
you
good
haven't
for
had
me.
This one.
But hers were rough. Like it was like broccoli and it was bad. It was so bad. You put broccoli in it once.
Once and never again. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. You know why I did it? Because I saw the goop. ¿Cómo se llama? La Gwyneth Paw Patrol, whatever.
Gwyneth Paltrow? I saw not Gwyneth Paw Patrol.
Put broccoli in her smoothie, so I put broccoli in my smoothie.
And that was
no. I could have done. Like my pencil was all jacked up.
That was definitely a no.
But no, this one's good.
I'm having some iced coffee. It looks very light because I got blonde roast. But I didn't realize blonde roast had more caffeine, and the color throws me off, but the flavor is good. Like it tastes like coffee, but the color throws me off because it's so light.
Yeah.
And I definitely drink my coffee with my eyes. Like if I see it and I don't like the color or the amount of ice ratio or whatever, like I'm automatically like turned off. So this is hard for me to drink.
Okay. Are you one to return your drink if it's not?
No, absolutely not. I can't. Like I always just deal with it. I don't know. I have a really hard time like return or like sending my order back. Like I don't know. I just hate being a pain in the ass. You?
If they messed it up, like okay, like if it's not the right color, ya ni pedo. But like if let's say I ordered shaken espresso y me dan un caramelo malcriado, pues sí lo regreso. You know?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, if the order's completely wrong or it's just not to my liking, well, that's different. So life update. So Mother's Day is this weekend. We usually celebrate Mexican Mother's Day. Melissa's not going to be here. This is her first. This is why I wanted to do this episode too, because this is her first official Mother's Day. We got my mom. So my mom, we asked her what she wanted because we like to get her something together, like something nice. Because my mom's not one to ask for stuff. Like she asked for the most random things, like stove knobs, carpet, like planters, like things that like we don't feel comfortable like that aren't real gifts. A power drill. And she's serious. Like that's what she wants. And I'm like, I'm not gonna buy you something that like that. Like so she wanted a new chair, like a recliner chair. So we're like, if we're gonna get her a chair, we're gonna get her the chair. So we went on Wayfair and we found the most obnoxious, like it's like, what does it have? Heating, massage, you can charge your iPad. What does it have? It has like a zero gravity where like you can feel like you're floating, you can sleep in it. It has speakers.
Toilet.
No, it does not. I think the toilet's the only thing missing, but it's very obnoxious. So we got her the chair. We'll keep you guys posted if it was worth the hype. But it looks pretty legit.
What are you going to get me for Mother's Day?
What are you going to get me for Mother's Day? Because I'm basically like your other mother.
I asked you first.
What do you think you're going to get for Mother's Day?
Lydia says that I can pick it out. We're going to go to Scottsdale tomorrow.
Excuse me. You can pick something out for me too while you're there. And so I'm leaving Sunday, me and Ever are leaving to Mexico City for a dental conference thing. But it's a very short, like 2-3 day trip. So I'll be back. So I'm going to definitely celebrate Mother's Day on Saturday because when I say my kids, I mean, Elle won't let me like hear the end of it. So we're going to celebrate. I'll probably take my mom to eat, and I have no idea what I'm getting. I have not been asked what I want. So I'm a little nervous.
Is there something like on your list?
There's not. Honestly, like I know it's a first world problem, but like if you ask, there's really nothing on my wish list right now.
Yeah.
All I care about is this little kitty cat. I listen. So another thing, I never listen to our podcast. Like when I upload them, I just kind of make sure that they're semi-synced. But the other day I listened to one and I just noticed that we forget that a lot of people listen to it and don't watch it. And like we sometimes show things or like motion things or make faces. And I'm like, okay, we need to describe what we're doing for those that are listening to the podcast in the car. So I just held up Sasha and said, that's all I need. I'm deep in my cat mom era. Like I read somewhere that like cats have this chemical that they release to make
her. I mean, look at what you're wearing.
To make you fall in love with them. She's wearing a
cheetah print shirt.
I'm wearing a cheetah. Actually, that's not true. I've always loved cheetah print. Like that's probably the reason we got this cat. But yeah, her chemicals or her hormones or whatever, like she's got the whole house like in love, including Santi.
A spell.
Yeah, she's got us under her spell. What else is going on? Work's starting to slow down. This is like summer's always our slow season. What else is going on?
Do you like when it slows down, or does it stress you out?
No, I don't like it. I don't like it. I know it's a problem because I don't know how to relax. Like I have to feel like I'm getting things done, like I'm booked and busy, because if not, I have like this guilt that I'm not doing enough. And I know it's like I probably need therapy for that, but I like to feel productive. I like to feel busy. I like to feel slightly overwhelmed. That's when I'm thriving. When I don't have stuff going on, I probably have too much time to think about things.
You like being under pressure.
I like being well, I don't like it because I complain about it, but at the end of the day, when I did everything that I was so anxious about getting done, I feel accomplished. If that makes sense.
How do you feel about the kids getting out of school soon and work slowing down?
Summers are hard for me. I call it my seasonal depression. Summers are very hard for me because one, it slows down at the dental office, which you would think is a blessing because I have time to spend with my kids with them on vacation and they don't like to go to work with me anymore. But me being home with them and not working and everything slowing down, like starts to get me in a rut. Like midsummer, end of summer, I start to feel not like myself. And that's always a problem. And then where we live at, it's so hot that it's like there's not a lot we can do outdoors. So we're indoors a lot, which I'm sure like not getting sunshine and all that affects. But I definitely have some sort of summer seasonal depression.
Summer blues.
The summer blues. And I like it when they're home, but I just...
You're going to work on it this summer. The summer's going to be a different summer.
The summer's going to be different. It's going to be different. I did sign the kids up for more camps and things like that. And I plan on forcing them to go to the office, like just forcing them because I can't get in a rut again. Last summer was a bad rut. Mm-hmm. That's my life update. What's going on with you? Oh, on the mother's topic, I think you need to speak about your sleep coach situation because it's taking an emotional toll on my sister. My sister has not been okay.
I'm okay now. I moved on.
Now, like the last maybe 48 hours, but she was going the fuck through it.
Let's just say I broke up with her.
And it was not a nice
it wasn't a pretty breakup.
Like she was like the salty bitter bitch.
And I told her, like, you know how when you break up with
someone, you didn't break up with her, bitch. You left her on red. You were the worst kind of ex.
But you know when you say like when you break up with like someone, like it wasn't you, it's me. That's the problem. Like no, this time like I was like it wasn't me. The problem, it's you.
You still think that?
I do.
Okay, well tell them why you guys broke up. But backtrack, she hired a sleeping coach a few weeks ago because Santi has a hard time sleeping through the night. So she thought she came recommended, people hired her, everybody raved about her, right? Then Mexico.
Yes.
Okay.
So the thing is, Santi doesn't sleep through the night unless he co-sleeps with me. And I had no problem with sleeping with him up until recently that he's starting to move a lot. And I know that none of us, like, I know he would sleep better on his own. That's why I made the decision of, like, okay, it's time for him to move on to his cribs at night. And he sleeps his naps. Well, he used to sleep his naps great, but this fucking sleep coach. Anyway, let me go back.
Yeah, be nice.
So yeah, so I was like, okay, I tried. Everyone does the taking Cara babies. Like, new moms will understand what that is. It didn't work for me. Um, I tried to cry it out, but my son doesn't quit. Like, he doesn't quit. I think I let him cry for like 33 minutes. It was awful, and he passed out. But 30 minutes in, he woke up again. So like, it not efficient. And so I hired the sleep coach, like my sister said. And I was super excited. Like, our first interaction was a Zoom call. Todo bien, me cayó muy bien y todo. And blah, 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 blah. So I was like super excited for it and committed. And so we begin 2 weeks ago. And I got results right away. Napping like a champ, which I wasn't struggling so much with the naps. It was at night. At night, eran putazos to lay him to sleep. Like, I would have to bounce on a ball like crazy for like half an hour, and then lift, lift, constantly fighting it. But anyhow, with this sleep coach, I succeeded the first time, and I'm like, hell yeah, algo que jamás. And he took his first stretch from 7:30 to midnight, and I was so happy because eso nunca había hecho eso mi niño. And he woke up at midnight, and I tried for 2 hours to put him to sleep. And then I was like, ¿pa qué tanta violencia? So I brought him into bed with me. So I'm like, progress. Progress is progress, slow and steady. And the next day, same thing, 7:30 to midnight. And I didn't even bother to try because I'm like, I'm not going to be trying for 2 hours. So ya me lo traje a la cama. And I did that all weekend long. And then on a Monday, she calls me and tells me, Hola, Mel, ¿cómo te va? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, hi. I'm going to keep her name. What's it called?
We're going to call her
Sasha.
Cassandra.
Cassandra. Sí, Cas, me fue muy bien. Y le empecé a platicar de que I started getting these results y todo bien.
But she was so proud. Like, she was so proud of her small win. So she expected the sleep coach to celebrate with her.
And she went off.
When she went off, what do you mean?
Mel, me estás dando tu 50% y yo ocupo tu 110. You're wasting my time and yours. So are you in or are you out? And I started getting pissed because like she was mad, and I was super excited like to tell her. And so me agüité, and I started getting like a little defensive, but then I caught myself. I was like, okay, I'm getting defensive because she's right. Because after the first day that I tried for 2 hours to set him down, I was like, you know what, fuck this. And so I didn't push it anymore. I was like, oh, small wins. Well, they were big wins to me. But no, she went off, and I'm like, okay, we're going to try again. Until that night, I started again, and he woke up igual, like clockwork, at midnight. It took me 3 hours. And like I said again, I'm like, ¿por qué tanta violencia? No. And then she messaged me the following morning, Mel, ¿cómo les fue? Blah, blah, blah. And like, I was just like, I can't do this. Like, it's not working. And she's like, no, like, you have to do it. Just be patient and blah, blah, blah. But like, I don't feel like she was patient towards me at all. And the nap started getting bad too. I was super on edge, like super anal, like generala, like following this, like, there's like a regimen. And I started catching myself where I'm like, everyone shut up, like the baby's napping, or I gotta go because the baby needs to nap at this time. And the baby wasn't even taking his long stretches anymore. They were like cat naps. And so I was going crazy during the day, and then at night, ya era pleito otra vez to settle him down. And then the fucking sleep coach again, Mel, no estás haciendo Mel, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you know what? Like, fuck this. So I told her, I'm like, it's not working. I was like, we were doing so good up until you calling me out on no progress, basically.
Okay, so I think, and I told you this, I think you were overstimulated, tired, not sleeping, cranky, and she told you what you didn't want to hear, but you hired her. If she does, it's like tough love. Like, you hired her to do her job.
I told her, keep my money. I don't care. And then she's like, no, because you're going to talk shit that my program didn't work. And I'm like, I'm not going to talk shit that your program didn't work. I'm going to talk shit that you treated me like shit.
But do you really think she treated you like shit, or do you think you were just cranky and sensitive?
Both. Because her saying you're wasting my time and your time, and I need your 110%, and blah blah blah. But like the sass, but I think
Chilanga.
it's como se dice chilanga. So I don't know también si like the
I doubt that she meant it that way. I
I
think you
took it
just
very
weren't in
personal, and then I
the
was just super on edge. My son también, ya ni se diga, my husband, like it was ruining my family dynamic, my marriage to a certain extent. I couldn't, and like I just couldn't. I was like, you know what? We're gonna start on my terms when I'm ready again, but I don't need you. Like you already told me what to do, and now it's on me, on my
yeah,
when I'm ready.
you have the tools, you know what to do. But at the end of the
But you
day,
don't tell a vulnerable, tired mom. Am I still considered postpartum?
I don't know, he's 7 months.
You don't approach that way.
So she
She
hurt your
doesn't get it. You
feelings.
know, my son is a lot.
He's a
She
lot.
doesn't get it. He's
He's
not
a
like
lot.
un niñito. No, he fucking like it's war, and you know that. So like,
Yeah, I
también
know
that's what
because
I keep trying to tell
I
her.
could let my kids cry it out and they would exhaust themselves and go to sleep. Like he doesn't give up. And I know because I've watched him hours and hours and hours of crying and screaming and like he just gets angrier and angrier.
And that's the thing that I would tell her too. I'm like, sometimes it's a little bit, como se dice? It bites me in the ass if I
You piss him
don't.
off.
Yeah, like yeah, es peor que una vieja.
So you're scared of your baby. That's what you're telling us. El
Nothing
Santi
scares
manda.
me. El Santi sí manda, but he doesn't scare me.
Qué bueno.
But okay, whoever's a mom, let me know. Did I over exaggerate or se pasó de lanza la pinche sleep
I
coach?
don't see. My
All I'm
opinion
saying
is
is that
que
I got fucking PTSD from the sleep coach. Like
she
she fucked
she
me
was
up.
having a hard, and the fact that you were having such a
I
strong
was
and
having
big
anxiety.
reaction, that's why I think it's you and not her because it was too much for what it was. Like you don't even know her. Like for her to affect you that much and piss you off that much, like it has to
It's
be
because I
you.
would talk to her like this, like me and you,
You're
like if I like a Zoom right now, like I see and like I would see
I
her
think you're just I
expressions and her fucking.
think you're projecting. But it's okay. It's normal. Tampoco it's not your fault. Like your hormones, you're tired, you have a
I'm gonna drop
difficult
the Instagram of the
you
fucking
have a
sleep coach that I
difficult baby. Yeah, leave Cassandra alone.
But in summary, I don't recommend you most hire a sleep coach. Just fucking, they'll figure it out whenever. Like, yes, you can help them and stuff. It was funny because when I hired her, my mom made fun of me. Like, ¿por qué chingas estás contratando un pinche sleep coach? Dame el dinero a mí, yo te digo. Nomás déjalo ahí en la pinche cuna.
I
He'll
know I
figure
could have
it
hurt your
out.
feelings for $150. I would have
Exactly.
hurt your feelings
Tire.
for 100.
Por pendeja.
I'd do it for free if you want.
So, don't get a sleep coach. Honestly, that's one of my biggest life updates. He got a haircut today. He got his first haircut at a barber shop, but he looks super cute.
Is he napping?
He's napping right now.
Did
Otherwise,
he
I'd
get a
bring him.
fade?
Sí, les dije que what's like when it's super
A
like
tapered fade? A
yeah,
high tapered
aquí
fade?
y las líneas y todo el show. Aquí también.
I love that for him.
We went
Okay.
to a wedding. The wedding was
Oh yeah,
fun.
we did go. We went to a wedding. It was nice because all of us went, like Carlos, the husbands.
Mm,
It was nice to be
I
out.
had a baby CD
hmm She had to leave halfway through the wedding to go breastfeed him though, but
because my boobs hurt.
I thought you weren't gonna come back. I'm proud of you though. I honestly thought I was like, she's not gonna fucking come
No,
back.
ya tenía viada. Yo quería
Um,
party.
okay, so let's get into this Mother's Day special. I'm gonna be the conductor.
Love that for you.
Is that what you say, conductora?
I will follow your lead.
Okay. Let's start with acts of appreciation. Like as a mother, since this is your first Mother's Day, like what can people like what can your obviously Santi can't do anything yet to show you he appreciates you, but like your husband, like what makes you
What
feel
could he do to
appreciated?
turn me on?
Huh?
Basically, I think if he did like the nighttime routine,
Like that's
like
hot.
that's so hot. Or like be able to put him to sleep, especially right now with this all this fucking anxiety I have towards it, like that's hot. Like I think like those kind of acts, like helping with nighttime routine or what he's been doing a lot lately. Like I cook dinner and he's been washing the dishes, like without me telling him, doing things without me telling him
Oh yeah,
is
that's hot.
what I really
That's hot because Ever will do it all and not complain. But like if it's like he has initiative and he does it on his own, like that's hot. But which is
Mhm.
like those dishes and stuff like that's pretty normal like around here because I can honestly say my mother-in-law did a really good job training him with things like that. But
Mhm.
I think for me, like when he tells me that I'm a really good mom, like I
Hey,
feel like
when she tells me I'm really beautiful.
when I'm
When he
really
tells me I'm
hot,
really
when he
beautiful.
says I look really hot. No. I feel like a good mom. Honestly, I don't have that mom guilt. Like I know I'm not perfect, but for the most part, like I feel like I'm a really good mom. But like when he says it like to
Out
me
loud.
or in front of the kids, think that's a big one for me. Like especially when he says it in front of the kids, because I think when you're a kid, you don't appreciate your mom. Like I don't appreciate my mom until I became a mom. So him saying it, oh, well, another one that's super like when he has my back. Well, he always has my back with the kids, but like when they're being rude or like whatever, and he like snaps on them,
Like disciplining them.
I'm like that's my man. That's
That's
my
hot.
boo.
Oh
Those
God, I
those
wonder if Elias is gonna be one of those or bien alcahuetas.
I thought, oh shit. I thought, honestly, I really like the thing that made me nervous about having kids was I thought Ever was going to be on the kid's side and be a pushover and I was going to come second and he was like always going to have their back, which you should as a parent. But I mean, obviously, if they're in the wrong, no. And he's very fair. Like he's very, very like fair about that. And he's always had my back and he doesn't let them like be out of line, not even Elle. So we'll see
What do you
como
think about disciplining kids like nalgadas and stuff, la chancla?
I mean, I've tried with both of mine, like physically, and it didn't work for, I don't, I guess it did because I've only spanked Elle like twice. And then after that, me just saying it, she would do it. And Papi, he's like, I just have to tell him I'm going to hit him or get mad. And so I think they should be somewhat, I mean, not afraid of you, but there has to be like something
They know that you're
there.
the alpha.
Yeah, that exactly. Ally just raising my voice. Like if she knows I'm upset, because I don't get upset very often. So if I'm mad, like it's really hard on her. And Papi too, because I think my mood's always pretty much the same. So when I am pissed at them or I do yell or I do raise my voice, they're kind of like, oh shit.
Mhm.
And what's weird is Evers never really like spank them or discipline them. But if I say I'm gonna tell your dad, they're like all scared, and I'm like, well, you guys, I'm the one that's hit you, or I'm the one that's like punished you, and you're scared of him.
Mhm.
But
That's
I'm
funny.
curious to see how Elias and you are gonna that dynamic because you're gonna be a pushover. I already know, which I never thought in a million years. So maybe Elias will be,
What do
but
you
I don't
mean a
think he'll be
pushover?
either. I think you guys are both gonna be so like soft.
I'm not soft at all. Like you know how I am.
He can't. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when you
It's
get
because
there.
he's a baby. Okay, Linda expects me to fucking be hitting a Santi already, like disciplining him, and I'm just like, dude, he doesn't get it. Like,
I don't. I did not. I do not think that. I might joke around, but I do not think that. But I do think that a lot of your sleeping issues and like boundary issues are because you didn't set those boundaries early on. And he's really smart, and all babies are smart, and they are very
I,
manipulative.
I agree 100% with
So
that.
I think it's
But I
that.
think that the other thing that fucked it, that like screwed us up is the breastfeeding because
Hmm.
he's an exclusively breastfed baby. And like they say, breast is best. It is like it is, but like I cry at the same time as I'm saying it because it comes like it's it's una chinga, like not just
Oh
like
yeah, breastfeeding
physically
is a
doing it, but
full
like
time job. I
but
have
like no.
No, yeah, I'm really proud of you because I know it's not easy. And I breastfed both my kids, but never exclusively. I don't think I had it in
So
me.
I
Like,
think that's why at night we struggle too because it's like besides not taking a chupon, like I am his chupon.
yeah. Well, I think with me, the sleeping thing, when they were little, like, I never had them sleep with me because one, I took those courses and they told us, like, I mean, like the dangers of co sleeping, smashing them, whatever, all of that. And two, I don't do like, the worst thing that can happen to me more than a hangover, more than being sick is not sleeping. Like, I turn into a different person. So I think, like,
I
the
think we
sleep,
all do. I
no,
think
but
we
mine
all
is it's because I need like 8 hours or plus. Like I know plenty of people that can get 4, 5, 6. Like I need at least eight, if not more, because
Mhm.
I'm just not myself. And I know that's excessive for my age. Like I should probably already be sleeping like 6 hours, but I need like 10.
Mhm.
So I think
Well,
I
the next
established the
baby is
sleeping
not
thing
gonna
because
get breastfed. He's gonna sleep. They're gonna sleep in their crib since like straight out of the hospital, pobrecito.
The next baby's gonna get formula straight gallon milk straight out the womb.
It's all Santi's fault.
For sure, you're gonna be completely different with your second one because I know I was.
We all are. I think we all.
Okay, let's go on to parenting styles. What would you say my parenting style is?
I think you definitely have, ¿cómo se dice? I think you're their best friends, honestly, pero también no eres muy llevada. Like, they know, como tú dijiste, is like the moment you raise, if your voice tone changes like by one octave, like they already know, like, oh shit, like they're afraid of you. I think that you have the perfect balance of like best friend and alpha, like respect me, you know? And
Yeah.
I think that's the way that I would describe it. Like, I think you've found the perfect balance.
Because I do let them be themselves, honestly, and I am their friend, and we joke around a lot, and I let
And they
them
trust you.
they do trust me. I let them say
Because they're not one of those, like, don't tell mom. Don't tell mom.
No, that would be like, don't tell dad. Don't tell dad. And they say a lot of things they probably shouldn't say to their mother. That's just our dark sense of humor. A lot of things.
That's why I say friend.
But they also respect me. Like, I never feel like disrespect. I never feel like they know they're bad. Like they know what's funny and when to cross the line. And I do like that. But I'm sure if people heard like the shit that we say to each other, including myself, like I'd probably have a CPS
100%. That's our sense of humor. It's like hella dark.
And your parenting style, I think, well, obviously you're still learning it because you're a new mom. You're a little more of a pushover than I thought, but I think it's sweet. Like, I really do think it's sweet. I always knew you were going to be a good mother because you're maternal, you love kids. But what's funny is that with everybody else's kids, you were kind of strict.
No, bitch.
Okay,
that's
no,
what I'm
let
trying
me
to
tell the
tell
story.
you.
So my
He's
mom,
a fucking 7 months.
Let me tell you.
Just wait till he's older.
Wait. Let me say it's okay. My mom used to foster kids over the holidays.
You're gonna make me sound so bad. Go.
My mom used to foster kids over the holidays from the orphanage, right? So that the employees could go home. She did this lots of holidays. And those little kids were bad. Like, they're super sweet. We loved having them, but they were naughty, like, for sure. And Melissa was so strict with them. Like, pobrecitos, they were orphans, and she was strict. Like,
es que yo era la babysitter, pues, the 24/7, like, no time off, like, and these kids, like Linda, me iban a comer vivas, so I had to put
they were naughty, but
tenía que poner la ley desde day one.
I thought you were gonna be like that kind of parent. But
I am, but I can't do it to a baby.
We're gonna revisit this podcast in a couple years when Santi's in the.
No, I was not mean. I was not mean to those kids. There was a lot of moments that they made me.
I said you were very strict. Very, very
because strict. There was a lot of, what's it called?
And I think for me, I couldn't at all with them because I already felt like, oh, they've been through so much. Like, let them call my mama puta. For that one, they would call my mom puta. He was probably like 5. How old was Roberto?
Yeah, I think he was
5. So if my mom would like put him in timeout or lo regañaba or anything, like he'd yell puta.
It was sad. No, it's really sad. Like, honestly, some of my favorite memories were bringing a lot of these kids in, not because I would discipline them, but because it's just like
everything in
perspective, you know? Like, I remember one of the incidents that made me really sad is that one of the little girls, like, she would, after every meal that we'd eat, I caught, like, I opened one of like the cabinets next to the bed, and she had a bunch of little like leftover foods, like in napkins, like stored
for later.
Which made me really sad. And then just like a bunch of other things that I'm just like, no,
I'm really glad that mom.
So good.
That was before I had children, and honestly, I still have a picture in my wallet to this day. I don't have my purse here, but I have a little Polaroid picture of some of the siblings that I don't know my mom took on her camera because it always reminds me when I see it, like, to appreciate what we have, to appreciate having parents that care about us, or people that aren't our parents but still love us like family. Because a lot of those kids were in a program where nobody, like not one relative, not a grandma, like, so they had nobody. And I don't know, it really put things in perspective, and to see how much love can change things. Just love, not even like anything financial, anything, like just to have love and stability, like you have it all.
Literally, because like Linda just said, there's kids all ages, including babies. And those kids are in cunas all day, like the babies, because there's only
They
so
don't
much
have,
staff
yeah,
and
they
so
don't have
many
enough staff
kids.
to pick them up, so they
And I
don't get
just think
picked
of
up.
like Santi. Like I'm just like Santi's so fucking spoiled. Like if he'd be in a cuna all day long, like no, ni más. I'm gonna take him so he can see how good he has it out here.
Remember when we had Elle's birthday party? So I had Elle's second birthday party there. They don't let you do that anymore, but we couldn't take pictures, obviously, or anything. But we took like a hot dog truck and piñata and like all this stuff and just celebrated her little birthday there. And my
Mm-hmm.
mom used to like once a month celebrate all the birthdays of that month and
Birthday
take
month.
them like hot dogs. And so I don't know, that was all really like nice seeing that example.
Mm-hmm. For
Because my
sure.
mom is a super giving person. Like if she's got $1, you need it, she'll give it to you. Like she's very much like that. And I think because she also was adopted, I think she always has like a soft spot
Fun
for,
fact: my mom's adopted.
huh?
For those that didn't know.
Oh yeah, fun fact, my mom was adopted. So I think she always has a soft spot for. I think that's why like it was so important. Like when Hiam like invited me to the Wild and Whimsy, which is a nonprofit for foster kids. Like that's why I was like really drawn to it too because of my mom and her doing that program. And I know how important it is to these kids that are in these kind of systems. But not to get too sad, but yes,
Seriously,
it's all
meow
to do
meow
with
meow
meow meow
meow.
meow meow. Okay. Self-care for mothers. Like what do you think is really important for self-care? Let's do yours for new mothers since you're a new mother.
Like
What
what's my type of self care? Is
uh-huh.
that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Immediately thought of the gym. Like I always need a 1 hour to myself. So I'm a working stay at home mom, if that makes sense. I work from home. I have Santi with me. I get help once a week, and stuff. But like every day, I always ask Elias, like, give me just 1 hour, like to myself, and like so I can go to the gym. Like I consider that self care. Getting my nails done is self care. Getting my monthly hydro. I would consider like just pampering yourself as
Yeah.
self care. Facials, manicures, going to the gym. Spending time with friends, family. That's considered self care to me because my se me carga la pila.
I know I charge your battery. I keep you charged.
Gracias.
De nada.
What's your kind of self care? Define self
All
care.
those things too, for sure. Like keeping up with the thing, like little things like my nails, eyebrows, but also having time, like adult time, like with adult conversations, going out with friends, date nights, trips without the kids to Vegas, where you can just completely like not be
Disconnect.
irresponsible, but like I don't know, I feel like I'm very responsible most of the time. So like not having like a time to wake up or go to bed or what are we gonna
I dream about the day that I puedo dormir las 8 horas corridas.
I remember that when I first had Elle, the first time I left her was with Horacio and Charlene's wedding. And I spent the
How
first
old
two
was she?
days sleeping. I don't remember how old she was, but I spent the first 2 days sleeping. Like they thought that like I was not okay, that I was getting sick, but I was just enjoying sleeping uninterrupted like so much and not having to worry about a baby or changing a diaper or what's she gonna eat. It was the best.
I'm gonna leave Santi for the first time end of June for a bachelorette. And it's funny because a friend asked me, she's like, are you gonna miss Santi? And I'm like, no, but like not like that. But like of course I'm gonna miss him. But like I'm honestly looking forward to my space y para cargar pila otra vez para él, you know? But
Yeah.
I'm sure once I'm there y luego en la peda, mi amor, I miss you. Like I know.
And what else? Having like my own interests that don't have to do like I like my social media, like I like being creative on my social media. Um, just getting dressed, like I like to be comfortable, but I also like getting dressed up and just all the things that I liked and enjoyed before being a mom. Like I think it's important that you still know who that person is and la buscas and you represent
Oh
her
yeah, because it can get lost real quick.
because you can lose your identity real quick in motherhood. I mean, motherhood is the best thing that ever happened to me. Don't get me wrong. Like, it made me a better person for sure. But I liked the person I was a lot before I was a mom. I liked her too. Like, that version of Linda was great. And I think that's part of me being a good mom too, is that I know who I was before and I liked her. And I liked her just fine. I can't say my
I like all
children
my versions.
completed me because I didn't feel like I was missing anything, but once I had them, I definitely felt love, like for real love.
So right now I'm at the stage, I'm at the phase, I know it's just a phase, but like it's like how was my life before my son? Like it's weird to think uh that we had a life before them, you know what I mean? But I know it's just me saying it right now because apenas tiene 7 meses my baby, but like it's just weird. It's just weird. I don't know if that makes sense.
But don't forget about what it
Oh,
was
she's not
like.
forgotten. She ain't hidden. She didn't go nowhere.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's the thing that a lot of moms struggle with is they really do lose their identity in motherhood because it's such a great thing and it's all consuming and you're happy and you're on this high of being a mom. But then you lose sight of the things that made you happy for yourself that have nothing to do with your kids or your husband or your family or whatever. And then when your children start to not need you or whatever, then you start to feel like this emptiness. I think that happens for a lot of women. And I think as long as you're filling your cup with other things that aren't children related constantly, then you'll never have to feel like that, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Let's see what else. I made notes. Are you proud of me? Because usually I wing it and I have no notes.
I love
But
this for you.
um, work-life balance. This is a one I get asked like since forever. Um,
It's
for
fucking hard.
it's hard or it's not hard.
It's hard.
Oh
It's
yeah,
really
for
hard.
sure.
But I think we're also very privileged and blessed that we have our own companies too. You know what I mean? Because
A
you
hundred
go first.
percent. No, 100%. I always tell people that I was like, don't get it wrong. Like, I do work, I do balance work and working with my spouse and being a mom, but I also own my own practice. I make my own hours. If I have to go to a school function, like, nobody's going to tell me I can't go. If my kid's sick and I have to stay home with them, nobody's going to tell me I can't do that. So, obviously, my situation, I'm not going to lie, like, it's very
Our
privileged.
situation.
It's very privileged, but I couldn't just do one thing. Like I couldn't just work and not be with them and I couldn't just be with them and not work. And I know that because the
But I think
summers.
okay, but I think que también like nosotros también like we're lucky that we can have that option because there's so many moms that want to do
Oh
both.
yeah.
But they can't because they can't work for someone else because they can't stick to a schedule or routine like that. So like también, you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
And that's why también at the dental office, when there's anything school function or a Mother's Day, whatever, like I always give them permiso. Like it's never even a question because I always feel so privileged that I can go to a 10 o'clock mass where my kid's going to get honor roll. Like, why can't my employees, Obviously not all at the same time, but I try to be really lenient with that because it is important to be there for your kids for things like that. And not all jobs, I mean, everybody needs a job to work, but not all jobs allow that. So for me, like they already know, like if they have a school parade or a school recital or whatever, like I'm never going to say no.
Mhm. Mhm. But
So
like I said, like I mean, juggling it is hard. Don't get me wrong, but like I said, I think we're just very privileged and that we can work around it. And yes, a lot of moms want to do both, but they can't because they don't have their own business or a way to start their own business. So,
or the kind of job like where you can.
yeah.
And honestly, being a mother in itself is a full-time. Don't let
Fuck
anybody
yeah.
fool
That's
you.
what I was going to say. Like,
Don't let any
not even
working
your
mom.
husband, because I've
Yeah.
heard some moms complain to me before that say, like, el marido piensa que esto no es un trabajo. Like, it's the
Oh
hardest one.
no, being a stay-at-home mom is a job. That's a full-time, like it's harder than me breaking
Unpaid.
myself into two and doing both because I feel like I can half-ass one of them and still be okay. But doing it all, like being a stay-at-home mom, like don't get it twisted. Like if you're doing that, you're winning at life because that's a job for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, almost last. So mental health. What do you think like that's important to do for your mental health as a mother?
I'm currently working on it, especially after this fucking PTSD from the sleep coach. What I've been doing lately that I did do it a while back ago, but I quit doing it because I
Let me
blame.
let me specify really quick what I'm talking about mental health, like as far as mom, like postpartum depression, anxiety, burnout, things like that.
Well, when you feel you've hit any of those things that you just listed, do a little bit of whatever self care is to you. One thing, even if it's just fucking drinking a cup of coffee outside on your own,
Or wine.
or wine, whatever, or a shot of tequila. But honestly, I started meditating again. I don't know if I told you. 10
No,
minutes at
love that
night.
for you.
And I've noticed it's just breathing, because like a lot of us, like we breathe, but we don't like intentionally breathe.
No, I'm awful at breathing. Awful. Even when I work out, I'm awful.
So just remember to breathe. If I know meditation is not for everyone, but like just a little quick 10 meditation makes all the difference. And just slowing down, because there's just always so much chaos when there's children involved. The beautiful chaos, a happy mess, like Canela likes to describe it. But I think it's just to slow down and breathe and just have a little bit of solitude from time to time, because I think a lot of moms always say like they're overstimulated or tapped out or this and that I think it's important to.
No, for sure. The overstimulation thing is real, because when you're a mom, like somebody always needs something. Somebody's always touching you. Somebody's always asking you something. There's always something you need to do for somebody else. And like I get overstimulated like a mofo. And honestly, what's really helped me lately, and this is new, is I've been taking Darla for walks like every afternoon, and just getting outside, walking, scrolling, or listening to music. That's really, really helped me. Just getting outside with the dog. Taking a step back when the kids were really little and they'd be like crying and stuff. I used to literally just go in my front yard, like for a little bit, a couple minutes. Like I knew they were safe.
El niño histérico y tú afuera.
No, I put them in a safe place, and I just
No,
go
I know what you mean.
outside
I'm totally
and
kidding.
get some air. Just a couple minutes. I come inside, you have a fresh perspective. But the biggest thing for me and my mental health for being a mom is just always doing like a inventory of gratitude, like just all the things that I have going on
Honestly.
that are good, and all the things I have to be grateful for. And even though I feel overwhelmed and flustered, I'm blessed. A lot of those things that stress us out are actually blessings. Like it's a blessing to have children. It's a blessing. So just doing like a mental
Yes.
inventory of everything to be grateful for usually calms me down and makes me appreciate the situation I'm in, even if it's not the ideal situation at that moment.
For
Like
sure.
we all have if you have a roof over your head, if you have people that love you, if you have a family, like there's just little things to be grateful for, food in the fridge
That we take for granted.
that we take for granted, for
For
sure.
sure. For sure. And then I think I was going to add to that. When you feel like the wave of emotions or whatever it may be, like control, like get to it, work on it right away. Don't let it pile up and pile up and pile up and pile up until you like burst, because I feel like that's when it gets worse. Like once you notice like, hey, I'm feeling a certain way, like do something about it. Don't put it under the rug.
Oh, for sure. And ask for help, whether it be from your partner, family, professional, psychiatric help. But I mean, like resources are there,
Mm-hmm.
There's books,
Us.
Listen to your local sister podcast.
Yeah, since we're totally sane.
Yeah, don't listen to us. Okay, so I think we should wrap it up.
I think we should just say something like in summary about like Mother's Day.
Well,
like this is such a big celebration.
Let's dedicate the end of this to our mom.
Me.
And I'm gonna say the things why I'm so grateful that she's my mom. And it's definitely her work ethic, her sense of humor, her ability to talk to anybody. Like she can be friends with anybody
about anything,
any walk of life. Like, and then also that like how giving she is, like whatever she has, if you want it, like she'll give it to you. I think all those things for me, we just made a great example. And she's humble, like she's so humble, and funny. So I think those are the things that I love the most about my mom. What do you love the most about
her strength?
Oh, her strength. So strong.
She's not physically strong because she don't go to fucking gym, but
we wish she would, because there's a lot of cardiac issues in her family.
You would think que mi mamá es bien fit because you're Linda, we'd love to go to the gym, but my mom does not like to go to the gym. Es bien alivianada.
And she looks like it because she has like a great shape. She's
and an awesome metabolism.
But No, she can't even go upstairs. She's like huffing and puffing.
But her strength, like mentally, like it's insane to me. Like my mom's gone through so many things. Va a llorar mi mamá mientras escucha este podcast. She's gonna be like, okay, you guys are saying the truth
I
100%
love the
of the time.
Sister podcast. No, she's
But
very, very
no,
strong.
like
She's one of
she's
the
gone
strongest
through
people I've ever
so
met.
much, and she's like thriving in her own way. You know, I mean, like we all, pues tenemos nuestras buenas y malas, but like my mom, like if she didn't have the mentality she'd have, like
No, she
I
would
don't
have
know.
been. She'd be in a different place, for sure.
Mhm.
What's that? What's that? They show. God sends His strongest
To her
warriors out. That's my mom.
battles,
That's my mom.
honestly.
But yeah, that's a big
I
one.
love you, Mom.
We love you, Mom. Happy
I love
Mother's
you too,
Day.
sister.
I love you too. I'm so
Happy
proud of
Mother's Day.
you as a mom. I always
Thank
knew you were
you.
going to be a good mom. There is no doubt that you're going to be. You were born to be a mom.
I know.
I
Thank
wasn't
you.
born to be a mom, but I stepped up
No,
to the
she
plate.
didn't want it. She didn't want to be a mom.
But now I can't even, like, it makes me laugh to think that I used to think that way, but I don't think I would have known unless I had kids. And I'm really
Mhm.
glad that God blessed me with two,
Honestly.
and all my
Yes.
dogs and Sasha. This is
You've
it right.
introduced Sasha. Oh, I thought you were going to say, this is Sasha. I'm like, you've introduced her.
Okay, well, thank you guys for listening. This got a little deep. We're at 45 minutes. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Okay, thank you guys for listening. Catch you next week. I don't know, on us. I'll think of it. Bye. Bye, bitch.